Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure now to introduce my friend and one of Asia's longest standing operators, Brad Robinson, co-founder and CEO of Ritual Gym. Ritual have made a name for themselves over the past 10 years as one of the leading boutiques in the whole of the continent. And it's a pleasure to see Ritual go from strength to strength. We'll get straight in with the interview. Brad, you've been a corporate warrior. You've also been an Emmy professional fighter. Quite a journey, but maybe reflecting on the last 18 months specifically, how has this pandemic affected and influenced you both in a personal life and in a business life?
Cheers. Well, thanks for the intro and thanks for having me on, man. I guess that's a question that is deep because, you know, there's layers to that. One of the things that I've learned that I think a lot of people have learned, or at least in my circle, I hear it all the time, is that everyone got a chance to just chill out and take a fresh look at what's important to them and what's not. And, call it the great resignation, being a part of that or whatever, but I'm part of that as well. I got a chance to stop and not be sprinting full speed and just take a little bit more time to value what I got around me and what I have access to all the time instead of constantly searching for the next thing. So that's the personal journey. From a business standpoint, this gave us a very deep burning fire to go faster. You know, you can't take business for granted. The world moves quick enough as it is. Our industry moves quick enough. And you can get hit with a black swan event like this and completely have your world turned upside down, even though you've done everything right. You're a growth company, you're making money, and you got a cool brand, everything's going great. That's not enough, man. You gotta go. You gotta strike when the timing is there, when that window's open. So I think that's kind of the mood we're in coming into the next year.
Hey man, reflection, looking at this from a bigger picture is, I think, one of the key learnings I think that we've also seen, Brad. And let's look at Ritual specifically, because your programming, your format have made you relatively pandemic proof compared to other fitness and wellness businesses. For those that perhaps don't know much about Ritual, maybe you can elaborate on that?
Yeah, we kind of got lucky, at least in certain markets, and even in Singapore, just based on our model. We get these restrictions come down, these guidelines from the government in our various markets, and they'd always be X number of people per square feet, or you can't use equipment. And our model is such where it's very structured. You come in and you're assigned your own individual pod that's just been cleaned and sanitized, and you've got your own equipment. So it's not circuit training where you're sharing stuff and moving around the space. So every time these restrictions would come in, we just by sheer luck had a model where we were always kind of safe to remain open. And even when they took equipment away, as much noise people made about that, we were able to modify our programming and stay open. So, like to take credit for it after the fact, but it just is the fact that Ian and I are a bit of germaphobes in traditional gyms. So that's how it ended up being that way in our model.
You've obviously got a great team around you, and congratulations to you and Ian for really building that. But maybe looking at it from the last 10 years all the way through to today, what have been maybe some of the key successes and the key ingredients to your success?
Well, I think the number one answer there for us is culture. I think we invested really heavily in that. Me coming out of the corporate world, and I just wanted to work for a cool company because successful as I may have been in other ventures, I just really didn't enjoy it very much. So I wanted to have a company that I just liked working at, and I'm really proud of that. It really shined, through this pandemic and over the last 10 years, and I think that's the difference just between being a franchise gym and being a brand. So that's something that I'm really proud of at the moment with the team, with the culture that we've got and the culture that we carry around the world.
Now, not only were you one of the first boutiques in Asia, you're one of the first boutiques in Asia to franchise. That's no easy step. It's obviously quite a large transition, but there is massive opportunity, as you know, and you're starting to realize that. But transitioning from that, perhaps initial operator to an initial franchise business owner and franchisor, how have you learned from that? How has that journey been for you and the company?
Well, first of all, a lot. we were quite good at running some boutique gyms in Singapore, but as prepared as we thought we were, building a global franchise business is a whole other thing. The two businesses are not related in any way, shape, or form. So, we had to really go through a period of, finding out where people are good in our existing structure, in our existing mission of growing some boutique gyms in Singapore. We had really talented people for that. And then I had to figure out where they fit in this whole world of franchising and multiple languages and all that. So we learned a lot, but the number one thing I think we learned was if you treat your customers with respect and try to give we have a kind of an internal motto, give every client a ritual, make that the best 30 minutes of their day, and you'll never lose is like our mantra. So that fundamental, through all the stuff in our culture, that fundamental has been in all of our business units that have opened everywhere. And I think that's a pretty cool thing that we like to harp on.
Now, you've got the franchise system, you've got the track record. What's coming up for you in terms of franchise development over the next 1, 2, even 3 years, Brad?
It's been, I'll tell you, there's deal flow coming in now that we didn't quite expect. As you know, we were just ramping up our franchise efforts pre-pandemic, and we're having some early success. So we planted flags in places all over, and we're about to really go for it. So it feels good to kind of be back on the horse, and it's been happening earlier than we projected. So we've expanded a territory we had in Spain with our partner there quite significantly. Actually, all of our partners in every territory have come back to double down and have extended their territories and looking to grow. Now they're coming out of this pandemic. So hats off to them for, working with us and surviving the rough times. But they're moving ahead and kind of, looking like all our data looks like that, group fitness isn't going anywhere. So we've got exciting stuff with our existing partners, and we just signed another deal in China for 20 units that will start being probably operational sometime in Q1, maybe Q2 next year. So that's pretty big for us. And we're out there actively seeking now and getting ready to release our product in territories. So we got a lot on the horizon from a franchising standpoint, and from a company-owned gyms in Singapore standpoint as well. We've got a few tricks up our sleeve coming pretty soon there.
No, look, congrats on the China deal. That's quite incredible to see you guys get into that market, and look forward to hearing more about that in the next couple of months. Let's turn our attention to tech, because one of the, I suppose, most surprising things of COVID was people's rush into the digital marketplace, trying to develop omni-channel and hybrid solutions. You were quite quick off the mark already with the development of Ritual Fit, which has proven to be hugely successful across the world. What are your thoughts on Ritual Fit? Where does it fit in to the overall strategy, and what's coming up for that in the next few months?
Yeah, Ritual Fit, the version that it is now is so far above and beyond what we ever really initially had in mind for it as a product. Like most things do, you plant a good idea and it starts to grow and becomes a thing of its own. And that's what we've got now. So, it's taken us a little while to figure out exactly what to do with it. But the traction we've gotten has been very good. And, now we're integrating with Apple Health and turning it into more of a health and wellness coach than just something that spits out an exercise program. So it's already doing some pretty intelligent things, and that's only gonna grow as we keep investing in it. So we've decided to treat that product just like we do each of our business verticals, and just go, well, let's just go out there and try to make the best one and be best in breed. So we're doubling down and then some from an investment standpoint on this product. So, we intend to run with our brick and mortar vertical just as aggressively as we do our tech vertical. So, I think that gives us some exciting opportunities as we go try to plant those flags.
What are your thoughts on technology as a whole, Brad? Because as an operator, you can invest infinitely into building technical stacks and integrations, APIs, etc. How are you viewing technology? How are you going to leverage it to make sure that it creates an even better experience and footprint for Ritual going forward?
Yeah, the word hybrid gets thrown around a lot, but it's, no one's really crushed it yet. It's still very much, the whole world is, you go to a gym or you get some video on demand sort of content is kind of what hybrid is at the moment. So we're looking to move early and advance on that. And, through partnerships and HRV and, and other tech tie-ups and, integrating more than just physical exertion and doing one workout. We want to make this your go-to health and wellness buddy in your pocket. So that's the path that we're on now, and I think that's the way it's all going. That's the way it's all going to go. We're not like any other industry. We're not special. It's going tech, and consumers want more tech integration. Consumers want to know all their data and have it protected and know it's safe, and use intelligence and automation to improve their lives. And I think fitness is going to be pretty exciting, just like everything else in that space.
Thanks for that, Brad. Last question, pal. And maybe looking into the next 12 to 24 months, what are you looking for from industry? What opportunities do companies have to come and work with you, to grow with you, to partner with you? How can they really get on the virtual train?
Well, I mean, look, we're on the hunt now. As I said, we feel like we've been in the starting blocks for a long time. So, we're on the move. We're actively looking to enter new markets where, seems like constantly fundraising for various endeavors. So there's a lot of that going on. But we are looking for strong partners, institutional included, to help bring us into new markets where, the fitness landscape is probably ready for the kind of next level in boutiques. We're happy that we've seen the F45s and Exponential Fitness and all their moves do quite well, because we think it's a good time for us to enter the market now that kind of the first wave is done and this is a thing and these valuations are real and legitimate. I think it's time for us to really have our coming out party. So we're on the hunt to grow through B2C and B2B, and we're having some conversations with some corporations about getting into deeply embedded corporate health and corporate wellness, which would include white labeling some of our tech products to be used under the company's names and through their health and wellness department. So yeah, a lot of cool opportunities going on, and I'm always down to listen and get creative on trying to push our brand and our company forward. So holla.
Thanks, pal. Well, look, everybody, they are one to watch in the next couple of years. Look out for Ritual, look out for Brad, Ian and his team. We'll leave some contact information for how you can reach out and make sure you're part of that journey. Brad, thanks as always, pal, for a great conversation. Congrats for making it 10 years almost in the industry, and look forward to many more years with good news from Ritual.
Cheers. Thanks so much, man. Much appreciated.